Hi, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be doing a speed build in the little hidden world inside Willow Creek. This was actually a suggestion from a commenter because I didn't know there was actually a smaller lot than the 20 by 15 lot. So this one's only 10 by 15 and I just love a teeny tiny lot and building teeny tiny houses. So thank you very much to that commenter for suggesting this. I also decided to make it kind of like a fairy cottage kind of vibes because I thought that one, it would be really cute, and I haven't done a style like that on this channel, I don't think anyway. And two, I thought that made the most sense, like given where we are, you know, it's like it is quite fairy vibes and like mystical forest and whimsical world and all that kind of thing. So I thought, yeah, little fairy cottage would be nice. The other reason that I decided to make a fairy cottage is because I do think that the next game pack that we're going to get is going to be a fairies game pack, and the reason I think that is twofold. So first, in The Sims 3, when we got the supernatural pack, it came with vampires, werewolves, fairies and zombies, and we've obviously done vampires and werewolves, oh, and also witches, and we've done spellcasters too. So all that's left from that is the zombies and the fairies, and I don't know if they would add zombies, but I think the fairies, it makes sense, like that's kind of something that they could, you know, build a whole game pack around and stuff. Obviously in The Sims 3, the supernaturals came in one big pack, obviously, and they were all together, but it also meant that they couldn't be so specialized. And I do think The Sims 4 has better occults just because of the fact that, yeah, they are so specialized, you know, you can have more powers with them and there's like leveling with them and stuff like that. And you could do that in The Sims 3, but it maybe wasn't as detailed. And I think that with the level of effort they've been putting in with the occult, and like you can literally see with each pack that it gets better and better. Like the vampires is the weakest occult pack, which is unfortunate because they're my favorite occult in general. Like I love a good vampire story, love a good vampire character. It's one of my favorites, but they are the weakest just because obviously they weren't really sure. Like the world isn't very good, the cast is quite nice, and the powers are good, but I think that it was just a bit of a, it's not as good as if you compare it to like the werewolf pack, where, you know, you have this huge world with all sorts of things to do in it. It's really nicely designed, it's got lots of secrets and things to discover and things like that. And yeah, so it just it makes sense to have them split up so you can focus more. And I think given the fact that, yeah, the werewolf pack was done so well, each pack subsequently has gotten better, at least with the occults. I think that a fairies pack would be really good to do separately. And the other reason that I think that we might be getting a fairies pack is because ages ago The Sims replied to a comment on TikTok, I think, and I'll put up the comment here. So you can see it, and as you can see, it's emojis of a horse, a fairy, and a car. And I was kind of like, oh, does that mean like fairies? Because obviously we just got the horse pack, and to be fair, I never thought we were gonna get a horse pack. I was like, there's no way after 8 years are they gonna bring in a horse pack, but I was proven wrong, and now we have a horse pack. So I'm like, does that mean fairies next? But then I'm also like, but what does cars mean? Because there's no way they're gonna add in cars. The only thing that I can think that in my mind makes sense is that it's some kind of kit or something, because it's not like in The Sims 2, for example, they also had cars that didn't really go anywhere. Even though you were like limited to your one lot, you still had cars because you lived on a road, and basically the car would just, you know, pull up on the road and then just disappear into the ether or whatever. But with a lot of Sims 4 lots, you aren't on the road. Some of them are, but there's plenty of them that aren't, so it wouldn't make sense to have a car there, because how would you drive it there? How would you get it there? And the whole world would kind of have to be overhauled somewhat, at least to an extent, to be able to, yeah, have cars that make sense, or at least are able to move and things, because otherwise it's just decorative cars, and we don't really need actual decorative cars. We already have that in debug, or just sizing up a kid's toy, you know what I mean? Like, so I'm kind of like, what could that possibly mean? Just because the actual effort of like adding in cars would be just monumental. There's no way they would do that. It would make more sense if in The Sims 5 they had that, because obviously it's been built from the ground up, so they can make that decision. But I'm not sure what it could mean for The Sims 4, so I'm very interested to see what that means. But anyway, I do think that probably means that we're going to get like some kind of fairy game pack, which is, I would really like a fairies game pack. And I didn't even play with the fairies that much in The Sims 3, but what I did play with, I really liked their like little tiny tree house thing. It was like it almost looked like a dollhouse or something. something, or like a birdhouse, and it was just this tiny little, yeah, just fairy house, and they could like go in there. You couldn't follow them. It was kind of like a rabbit hole, I guess, but they would shrink down and they would go in there and you could have little tiny fairy parties and things. And I just thought it was so cute. And I know that my aesthetic, like most of my builds on here are modern, and I've said before that's my favorite building style, but a close second is cottagecore. And I know that makes absolutely no sense. Like they're so diametrically opposed. Like they literally could not be further apart in like style and things like that. But it's just, yeah, I really like building just cute little things like that. Yeah, just cute aesthetic little country stuff. I don't even know why. It's just, yeah, it's just a real something I really enjoy. So yeah, that's also why I built this, because any excuse to build a cute little cottage, I'll take it. So anyway, now that I've rambled on for ages, I'd love to know what you guys think. Like, do you think that TikTok comment was a hint? Do you think it was just them trolling? Do you think that maybe the car was like a red herring? And I'd also love to know, like, would you guys want a fairies pack, or is that something that like really wouldn't interest you? What occult would you like to see? Would you like to see them do zombies? I don't know how they would do zombies in this game, because even in the supernatural pack they were more of just an annoyance. Like, I don't know, you could make your sim a zombie, but I don't even remember how, because even when the zombies tried to bite you, your sim would just like either scream and it would make them like, it would hurt their ears, so they would be like, oh no, I'm not doing that, or they would laugh at them and the zombies would be discouraged. Can you imagine that's how you stop a zombie apocalypse? Is you just make the zombies embarrassed, you just make them ashamed of themselves. But yeah, so I'd love to know what you guys would like to see and what you guys think and all that, so make sure you let me know down in the comments below. Also, if I'm wrong about the fairies pack and like cars and stuff, and it is just like a huge troll and the only thing we were getting was horses, then don't say anything. Don't come for me saying, oh, you said this. I'm just guessing. I'm just having fun spitballing with you guys, alright? I don't know anything. I'm definitely not involved with anything like that. I mean, look at me, I've got like 130 subscribers. I'm hardly a game changer or anything like that. I'm just someone who likes to guess about what Sims packs are coming out, especially since The Sims 4 is so old at this point. You know, it's been going so much longer than any other Sims game. I'm so interested to see what other packs we could get, because at this point most of the main things have been like hit, like all of the expansions that I would expect a Sims game to have. Like, you know, we've had seasons, we've had the generations, we've had the occult, bar fairies and things, we've had apartments, we've had all the things that usually would get added to a Sims game. So I'm kind of like, what's left at this point that would make sense? Because obviously we've got university, we've got high school now, which we didn't have in the previous ones, which is nice. We've got cottage stuff, obviously we've got horses coming, we have pets. Like, I'm just, yeah, what else is there to add? I'm sure there is stuff, because yeah, I'm sure we have a few more years left of this, so obviously there are packs in the works and stuff. I'm super not sure about what those packs could be. That's also something you could let me know. What pack would you like to see come in The Sims 4? Because usually at the end of their lifespan, that's when they start to get a bit, I don't know, wacky with their expansion packs. Like, if you think about the very last pack for The Sims 3 was the Into the Future pack, which is, yeah, literally a time traveling pack where it references The Sims 4 and stuff, because they obviously knew it was coming by that point, and it's a very bizarre pack. It's kind of all over the place. I really enjoy it, but it is a very strange pack, very detailed. Like, a lot went into that pack. But yeah, I don't see them doing something like that for The Sims 4. But yeah, I would very much like to see, you know, yeah, what else is there? What else do they want to give us, and what makes sense? Because yeah, I can't think of anything. So yeah, definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think, what you want, and all that good stuff. We're coming towards the end now. I'm kind of just, as far as I can see, I'm working on the landscaping at the moment. I really enjoyed doing this landscaping because it's so busy and overgrown, and I tried to have grass literally everywhere so that it wasn't just like flat against the ground, because I thought, you know, it's a fairy cottage. Fairies don't mow their lawns, they just let it grow. They let nature do what it's doing, you know? So I wanted it to look like quite messy and overgrown, and that's not a style that I do very often, because like I said before, I usually do modern builds builds, and that usually has quite minimal landscaping. So it was quite nice to do something, yeah, quite overgrown and messy and not too uniform, I guess. I don't get to do stuff like that very often. So yeah, it was nice to do something quite different for this build. So very much enjoyed that. But like I said in the beginning, this was actually suggested by a commenter, so if you have any other suggestions of what you'd like to see me do, whether it's a location you want to see me build in, a style you want to see me build in, a certain challenge you want to see me do, anything like that, just let me know, like I said, in the comments, or you could message me on Twitter, or yeah, just wherever you want. I would love to do some more of you guys' challenges and things like that, so let me know. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give you a little montage to watch, because I really liked how the photos came out. This place is just so pretty and so picturesque that I really couldn't help but take a million photos. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. But with all that being said, thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!